And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the upper semifinals of the PiGosaur Cup number 90. We just wrapped up the lower semis, and Max Pax is waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this series. Who is it going to be, though? We're here to find out. And I have some news. Something crazy just occurred, by the way. If you know anything about StarCraft, you would know that Clem has not played a TvT in over a year. December of 2024 was the last time that Clem played Terran in a TvT, but now he's back. The patch really is broken. It's I know. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Cure. And spawning in the top left hand corner, typically Protoss, but now he's off racing as Terran, representing Team Liquid, the French Terran. It is Clem. Here we go. So this really is a new era in StarCraft. Oh boy. I see in chat, Clem. Yes. I'm being told that that Clem, specifically this week in the, we missed him. We did cast Would This Be Monday, but we didn't cover Clem's matches. So I guess we missed him playing Terran in his TVPs. We casted him against Solo, if you recall, and I guess we missed him in Monday Night Weekly as well. But apparently, specifically this week, he's back to off racing as Terran, and we'll see how his TvT looks now after over a year of being absent from this matchup. I do favor Cure's TvT. But at the same time, I don't really know what to expect from Clem's Terran. So if you're in the chats, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open. And place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Again, this is Clem's return to Terran this week, and we'll see how he does handle himself. We'll see how long he lasts. Because I'll be honest, one of the reasons why Clem switched out of TvT is because of how aggressive and how dynamic TvT is. And I would say that in the current patch, it's even more aggressive and even more dynamic. So, yeah, we gotta cherish Clem playing Terran while we can, like, because I don't know how long it's gonna last, to be honest. I don't know. Spoiler: he's still good. I mean, there's a reason why Clem switched out of Terran, right? Like, there's a reason for it. It is his weakest matchup, but I would imagine that if he's back to competing as Terran in TvT, it's for a reason, right? Like, I would imagine that it's because he feels confident once again, or maybe he's been playing it again, or I would assume that it's the opposite, that it's that because the gateway changes to Protoss, I would imagine that it's more so that Clem doesn't enjoy playing Protoss right now, so he would rather play Terran with the current state of the Protoss play style. I think that's maybe a bigger reason, but I'm just speculating, right? Like, I don't fully know the reason for this. I said something happened to Pig. Is he okay? Yeah, it's just right now is a rough time of the year for Pig. So so if you guys can reach out and give him some love, for some context, and we don't have to talk about it because, you know, we have a game ahead of us here. Yesterday was Pig's son's birthday, and for those who are unaware, Pig's son did pass away, so it makes sense that that they would take some time off right now. Both Pig and Dot. It makes sense they'd take some time off because yesterday would have been his birthday, so that's That's why I'm saying, give some love to Pig, and we don't have to talk about it. As Curie does commit in, pushing into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down and denying the expansion here for Clem. So far, Cure, he's going to be containing Clem. Behind this, Cure getting his own natural up and running. Remember, this was a double gas opener out of Cure, so much more committed. This is to make up for his otherwise economic deficit. So to make up that deficit, I will say that Clem did a great job at preserving his losses here. Looking at the sad, but Clem, he only lost 1 SCV, so this could have been so much worse. Could have been so much worse. Clem pulls away, preserves his economy. Meanwhile, Cure is finishing up his own. The worker counts are evening up, but I will still give the edge to Clem here. Clem, he has extra mules, he has extra SCV production. Cure is just now finishing up his own CC. So Cure is still 1 step behind. Clem, when it comes to the openers, is in a slightly better position. Now, we were alluding to TvT and its aggressive nature previously. We'll get back into it. What we have been seeing a lot from Terran versus Terran over the past couple of weeks is 2-base all-ins. We've been seeing a lot of 2-base play and 2-base all-ins, and a lot of aggression, of course, as well. Clem does push through the center. He does run into the main army. We are going for an early tank push. Cure, speaking of all-in, speaking of aggression, Cure, he's rallying across the map with everything he has. Clem, he's racing back home here to defend. He does have 1 Cyclone, and we'll see if we can catch that tank. Oh. Yeah, lock-on is broken. Nice control here by Cure. Oh my god. Breaks the lock-on. Defensive tank does siege up. Yeah, Clem is in position. Cure rotates over towards the main. Cure rotates over. Likewise, I think I forgot to open up predictions. Okay, I think they're open. I think by now they've closed. But Cure is setting up. And Cure, I think he's within range of the reactor. He has to get... There we go. He has to get vision. Reactor's under fire. Clem collapsing in. Going for the dive. The tank does get within range. Yeah, tank within range, and massive tank shot goes off. Curie misses his own volley, and the tank does fall, and Clem is holding. Whew. Clem, he is holding on. Behind this, we do have a 3rd CC for Clem, so Clem is building up. Meanwhile, 2-port 2-base all in. I was going to allude to this earlier here, but again, if you've been watching TvT over the past 2 weeks, 2-port 2-base all ins have been very common, very, very trendy. This build was plaguing Doyo Cup. We saw so many TvTs in Doyo Cup with Oliveira, with Innovation, with TY, and post Doyo Cup as well, we saw a lot of this. So again, this build here is to build up a heavy Viking count, a lot of Vikings into Liberator support, into an all-in across the map. Now, I will say that this variation, like 2-port play, there are more economic variations. The reason for this is because, if you remember, a year ago, the Viking was made cheaper, the Viking was buffed, and that did mean that when you go for this build, you can afford a CC. So we'll see if Curie gets a 3rd base behind this, or if he just doubles down. But the goal is to gain air control, and then bam, show up with a Liberator. And there it is, Liberators are on the way. Again, so the Vikings, they gain air control, and then Liberators gain ground control. That's kind of the dynamic here at play. And it's a really big power spike for the aggressing Terran. Ooh, nice scouts! Clem knows. Yeah, this should not have happened. Clem gets a full scout. He confirms the 2nd starport. He now knows. Typically, you respond with your own. And there it is. Good response. 2nd starport for Clem. It is further back behind the natural. Now, is this too late? Is it too late? Can he keep this going? Clem, he tries to break out. Ravens to take a lot of hits. Ooh. 1 volley up on the tank. But Clem, he will retain those Ravens. Yeah, they are still alive. And Clem, he still needs a little bit more time to build up a semblance of a Viking army. That 2nd starport is just now finishing. He needs more Vikings. And where are those Liberators? They're coming. Ooh, they are coming. Now, disable his research. Clem, he can disable the Liberators. That can help. Like, the fact that Clem kept these Ravens alive is huge. Yeah, Liberators, they siege. Vikings are trying to zone away the Ravens. They're trying to zone them away. I get a very intense game state here as Cure is gaining ground. And Cure, he needs to make sure he keeps up with those Ravens. He needs to zone them away. Clem coming from behind. Scan, Vikings that respond. Catches 1, he commits. Yeah, let's commit in. 1, 2, 3 Ravens going to be going down. Double disable. Yeah, disables one of the Liberators and one of the tanks. And Clem, can he break through? He can. Yeah, he is breaking through. The boys are being pulled as well. Gets on top of the one. Oh, gets on the 1 tank. The other 2 tanks, though. Massive tank shots. Yeah, tank flow is going off. 27 SCVs. Clem, he will lose too much. He'll lose far too much here. Losing the entire economy, and he doesn't clean this up. Again, the disables were not good enough. He only disabled 1 tank. 2 tanks behind that were doing so much damage, and Clem is all in. Clem is all in. He's down to 33 workers. He's down 20 SCVs. He's got to go. Now, Clem does have a higher tank count. That is true, but other sim. Yeah, Marines are coming from behind. Gets 1 tank. Gets 1, 2, 3 tanks going to be going down. All 4. Wow. 1 tank barely survives, but heavy losses for Clem. He was all in. He was all in. He was desperate for counter damage. Oh, nice pickups. Getting one of the Vikings. Oh, that's that final tank. And there's no getting out of this. Yeah, there's no getting out of this. 4 tanks go down. Heavy losses for Clem. So Clem, he will lose his economy and he will lose the army as well. And Cure, he has control. He's coming. He doesn't need to be honest. Cure is getting his own 3rd TC. I will say, I say he doesn't need to. He needs to at least punish the 3rd base of Clem. Like, this 3rd base is a way for Clem to try to recover in this game with faster SCV and faster mules, because he does have that extra base. Does have the extra base. See someone asking in the chats, a player is authorized to exploit the medevac bug. If a player tries to use the medevac bug, they'll be disqualified. Tournaments, so something that I should mention, there's a reason why you probably you shouldn't have seen any of the bugs exploited in any tournaments this week, because of course tournaments, they have integrity. Like our tournaments do, Wardy's does, I'm sure Pigs does as well. Like exploiting bugs is typically not permitted in tournaments. So there'd be a reason why you haven't seen them happen. Plaguing the ladder, for sure. I believe the bugs are plaguing the ladder, but not here. As behind this, do you see Clem trying to stabilize? Oh, gets a volley off. Better trade for Clem. I believe he killed 2. Yo, battle report. What's going on? But I believe Clem he sniped 2, and I don't think he lost any himself. He lost 1 himself. Okay. So 1 for 2. Better trade for Clem. And again, Clem, the goal here is just turtle up. At this point, he's just turtle up and try to stabilize. Meanwhile, Cure, he has map control. Cure has the bigger army, and Cure is getting further ahead. Now, TvT is one of those matchups where you can be down 20, 30 army supply, and you can still win a fight. It's very much so positional based, right? If you're pre-sieged, and if you're able to get the first tank shot off, if you're able to disable your opponent's tanks, if your Vikings gain map control, or sorry, gain air control, like there are ways to make up for a deficit in TvT. That is true. Like the defender's advantage is greater in this matchup than other matchups, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but it is possible. Meanwhile, Cure dropping into the main base. There are some Marines in position, and they do focus on the first medevac, and the first medevac is going to unload. Yeah, it does barely unload, killing more SCVs. It's going to be an expensive job here for Cure, but he can afford it, and that's going to be 8 SCVs going down. At the same time, Cure pushing in, going for the production, landing the Vikings, and going for the add-ons. Combat shield's going to be denied. Picks off 3 add-ons here, now going for the factory as well, disrupting the tank production. Yeah, factory goes down. Curie's going to be careful. He's stimming in. Oh, he's crazy. He does try to stim in. He gets within range. The tank goes down. Yeah, he takes down the tank, gets control of the production. Clem forced to land. Oh no! Clem losing a Viking. Losing the starports, and this is too much. Yeah, there's too much. This is getting out of hand. As Cure is overwhelming, and GG gets called. Cure, he'll take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Cure, he will take a lead. Hyper aggression out of Cure, going for the double gas opener into Reaper Hellion aggression, into the 2-base all-in, into the 2-port 2-base all-in. And again, Clem, he did realize the all-in was happening. Eventually, he was able to scout it, but the second starport was a little bit later, and the breakout moment there for Clem was brutal. When he went in, he disabled 2 units. He disabled 1 tank and 1 tank and 1 Liberator. I want to say that he was trying to disable 1 more tank with the 3rd Raven, but he got sniped, so he didn't get that 3rd disable off, and with that he pulled the boys in, and it was not worth it. He lost 27 SCVs, he lost all the Marines as well, and he failed to kill the army. He failed to break out, and that was the moment that Cure snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. There was a chance there that maybe Clem could bring it back, but a very slim chance there. He was relying on Cure being overly passive and defensive, and to give Clem a little bit more breathing room, and to maybe not take as many risks. But in the end, GG. GG, well played. And now Cure is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if Clem can recover and bounce back. We shall see. So Cure, he is 1 game away from claiming the series. He's on match point. He is on match point. So get ready for that next game. Yeah, I'm double checking here. So someone said that Clem played he played Terran in the War TV Monday. That is not true, as Clem, he did not play against a Terran player. He didn't play a TvT in War TV Monday because there was no one to play against. So just fact checking the chat. Monday Night Weekly. Who did he play against? Apparently he played against Kieran Monday Night Weekly. Let's see. Monday Night Weekly. Would have been number 58. Clem, he played against Bjorn, it looks like. It looks like Clem played Protoss against Bjorn, and he did play a best of one versus Kieran. Okay. And then he lost to Bjorn as Terran. Okay. I think the chat made it sound like he was like popping off, but no, this is kind of this makes sense in my mind. Okay. Yo, Bjorn won this week's Monday Night Weekly. That's crazy. It's crazy. Bjorn, yeah, he played against Bjorn. It was a TvT finals, Bjorn versus Clem. Best of 3. They had a best of 3 final. I'm still like, I feel like Monday Night Weeklies, they pick their format via vibes. Like sometimes it's best of 5, sometimes best of 3, sometimes it's a reset match. Best of 3 finals is crazy. Okay. We're good. So thankfully we have Clem. So Clem thought it was a best of 3. So Clem, he if you're curious why there's a delay here, Clem, he thought it was a best of 3, so we had to find him again. We're like, Clem, come back. We're still going. Clem's like, oh, sorry. He forgot. So we're jumping into game number 3 here. We have him. It's all good. As we are loading into Rainfall. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rainfall, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, can he bounce back and make a series out of this? It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Pure. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into game number 3 here, and oh boy, this is going to be a rough one. Well, I say rough one. Welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is a very small map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here on Rainfall, and we didn't get to see game 1, but game 2 we saw that Cure was hyper aggressive, and he was very in the face of Clem. We expect more of that here. In general, as we've been mentioning, like TvT is very, very aggressive as of late. The 2-port 2-base all-in has been very common as well, very popular. And trying to be the defensive player in TvT right now is difficult. It is very, very difficult. So I would want to see Clem try to take control away from Cure. I want to see Clem be the aggressor and be the active player and try to fight for that kind of control. But we'll see. We shall see. For now, we're going to be opening up. Double gas to open out of Cure. So Cure is going for a faster factory. He's going for a delayed CC. Like, this is what I want Clem to do, but Clem is going for an economic start. So Clem is going to be the defender. Cure is going to be the aggressor. Oh boy. Again, Clem is going for 1 gas into a faster CC. And we'll see if Clem can tighten up his defense this time. Not saying that it's impossible to be the defender. No, not at all. But it is easier to be the aggressor for sure. Like to kind of set the pace and put the pressure on your opponent. And not just that, but remember, this map, kind of how we get into this map favors aggression, right? Whoever's going to be the aggressive player here, they're going to have an easier time because of the rush distance and because of how exposed the third bases are as well. And very open, very exposed third bases. The high ground position here outside of the natural can also come into play as well. Can also be very impactful. Now, I say that Clem was going for an economic start. He does actually go for a racks in the factory off of 1 gas. Okay, okay. You have my attention. Bit of a safer start here by Clem. He's going for a safer start. A CC on the low grounds. Kurahi will poke in, and Kurahi will get eyes on the command center, and you'll see it's a little bit later. Oh, we'll kill the SCV, we'll delay the expansion. Nice pick off there by Kura, and Kurahi should get away. Jesus, he barely will get away. Whew. Regen should kick in. Okay, we're gonna be very careful with here with the angle. Second Reaper's coming in. Do we trade 1-to-1? Do we trade? Oh my god. Kira gets away. He gets away, so he kills the SCV, delays the command center, and does barely pull out. At the same time, Clem is coming in to reinforce. Who catches who? Kira has high ground. He has the high ground advantage. The armies, they pass by each other. Uh-oh. Yeah, Clem going through the center, and Kira, he will bypass. He once again wants to delay that CC, and I believe we will delay each other. I believe we should delay each other. Kira, he gets a volley up on the Hellion. Delays the command center. We're doing the same thing. We're getting rowdy. We're getting chaotic back. Yeah, we're getting messy. We're getting messy here. The wall! Ooh, the wall was open. The wall was open. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Clem a little bit asleep at the wheel. Does pull the boys into the Hellion. Reaper goes down. Dice around. That should not have happened. Yeah, does around the Reaper. So Clem is pulling off a defense at the same time. Oh no! Ooh, the Hellion also gets surrounded. Both players get surrounded in their own way. In the end, Clem, he does surround. Towards the end, Clem, he will hold, he will defend. We're just, everyone's messy. It's it's getting very messy, very chaotic. Clem, he wants that final Hellion. Ooh, he will get it. He gets both, actually. Very nice. Very nice trade. Takes down both Hellions. Clem, he's rallying across the map. He's reinforcing. And behind this, Kiri's gonna have a messy defense here. It's very shaky. Yeah, it's very shaky. As he wants that Reaper. He gets it. Reaper goes down. I believe Clem shoots first. Yep, Clem does shoot first. More Marines trickling in. And Clem, he might have enough here. Yeah, he has enough to kill the Marines and to kill the building CC. Or the SCV. Yeah, takes down the SCV as well. There's no backup Cyclone coming, and this is too much. This is becoming too much here. Back at home at Clem, he's on 2 bases. He has his orbital. He's able to mule, able to make SCVs. Clem dropping into the main. Clem has a very comfortable lead. Very comfortable. And now the pressure's on Cure to come back. So Cure is going to be down 5 SCVs. Oh. That's 5. Going to be down 6. 7? Oh my god. Yeah, Cure is down 7 workers. Hefty losses here for Cure. Again, Clem, he just has to calm down. Calm down, secure himself. We have Ravens on the way. Interference Matrix as well. I did mention previously in the last game that you can be at a deficit and still take a fight in TvT. I still stand by that, of course, but the pressure is on Cure to take that fight, to be able to outposition Clem in some way, shape, and form. So the pressure's on Cure. Pressure's on. Clem getting further ahead. 3rd CC. Now, this is a little bit risky. This 3rd CC will ensure that Clem has a stronger mid game. That is true, but I'm concerned about a 2-base all-in. We'll see if Cure doubles down and tries to commit. I mean, I don't know if there's really much danger of that, though. Like, Cure, his economy is so far behind. Even if he were to go for a 2-base all-in, like, he needs to saturate. So this is just a really rough position here for Cure. And Clem should be fine. He should be fine. Third base is getting up. Clem rotating over. Boosting across the map. We're going to react with Viking. There's a world where if Clem can catch this drop, then if Kira can catch this drop with minimal losses, then maybe he can start that road to recovery. But the Vikings are still a ways away. Do we get the lock on? Oop. Clem paying attention. Look at that, he's locked in, Pappy. Clem pulls away. He was hyper aggressive versus Solo this afternoon. Yeah, we casted the What Is TV Monday finals. We were casting Clem versus Solar. But that aggression is more TvZ oriented. Like we were talking about, we were discussing it during the cast, but TvZ, like Terran players, they have to be hyper aggressive. It's very momentum based. Yeah, we were discussing it during the game. During the cast. TvT is a different beast, though. Skir's moving in. Does disable 1, 2. Yeah, nice disables, but we should have some counter disables here. Going for the auto turrets. Kiri's trying to break on through, and he's running out of time. The disables are running out. Yeah, the disables are about to run out here. 4 tanks. Oh my god. Yeah, 4 tanks to do break out. Massive tank shots, and with that, Clem is holding. Yeah, Clem, he does hold on. GG gets called, and Clem, he will put a point on the board. Whew. GG. GG, well played. As Clem, he does fight back here. Again, it all came down to the early game aggression. This time, Clem did go single gas, but he did go for the faster factory. Thankfully, he went for the faster factory. It was very, very chaotic, very messy. Both players were slipping up. Both Cure and Clem were getting surrounded. They were losing their aggressive units while they were defending at the same time. In the end, though, Cure got everything surrounded. Meanwhile, Clem only got his Hellions surrounded. His Reapers were kept alive. They were kept alive. So that did mean that Clem was able to maintain his momentum, maintain his control, and disrupt the early game of Cure to the point where Cure just fell too far behind. In the end, he was 2 base all in, and in that final all in, he had to try to break through during the duration of the disable, but he ran out of time. Disable did expire. GG. GG, well played. Clem did shut down the all in, and potentially we could go all the way to the ace match. Let's go. The pressure is still on Clem. We're loading into lockdown. Now, I would hope that moving forward, Clem keeps going factory before CC. That's all I want to see. Moving forward, we just see factory before CC. We just go for a safer start, lock down the early game, and calm down. Meanwhile, Cure, he has the option to mix it up. We could see Clem play it safe, faster factory. We could see Cure play economic. Like, he could just go for the faster CC instead. So this is where mind games come into play. This is where the series itself does impact the rest of the matches moving forward. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran fighting back in this series, and can he force the ace match? Can he bring us the match point? Or I guess the ace match. It is Clem for Team Liquid. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran for also Team Liquid. It is Cure. As he is on match point, and he is 1 game away from claiming the series, and eyes are on our initial openers. Now, welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown has a very secure 2-base setup, like a couple of maps in the current map pool. I'm thinking of Sanctuary 3 comes to mind, but we do have a ramp coming into the natural base, so a very secure 2-base setup. And similarly to the previous map, we do have this area in between the bases, which can be abused, but it is low ground, not high ground. Bear that in mind. So not the strongest position here in between the bases, but can be utilized depending on how and where we expand. The thing is that usually Terran players, they want to take the triangular third base anyway, just so that they can have an army in position to defend against drop play. Just because drops are so prevalent in TvT, you don't want to spread yourself thin. So we should be seeing low ground expands. I say low ground, there are like 4 planes of elevation here, so technically kind of on the high ground, depending on the angle. but let's go. Let us go. As Clem is going for the SCV scouts. SCV scouts are quite rare in TvT. Interesting. Does go for the SCV scout, does go Marine first. Okay, we do see Clem piecing it all together here. Marine first, not Reaper. SCV moves out. Now we see why he's going for the SCV scout. It's because there won't be a Reaper scout. I mean, there wouldn't have been a Reaper scout anyway to begin with. True, like that'd be crazy. But he does check, does confirm the Rax is back at home. It's going to Marine into Reaper. So we're opening up. And Clem is going for the fastest CC, so is Cure. Is that off center? I think it is. Is it? Am I blind? I mean, we can always lift and land. It's fine. For now, though. For now, we are going to be opening up. We do see Clem being very cheeky with that first Marine, by the way. It does skirt around the edge of the map. And the SCVs hit the tank. Does move in. And can he catch out the first Reaper? He's trying to. Cure pulls away. This will delay the CC. Delays the command center, but all 2 Reapers have arrived. They get on top of the Marine. And Marine is going to go down. That Reaper, it's going to be a one-way trip, or at least it should be. Can he get out? Nice KDA charge. And he's being zoned. Yeah, he's being zoned away. So... we do have a bit of a back and forth here. Clem, he will lose his SCV, his Reaper, and his Marine, but he will delay the command center for a little bit. Meanwhile, oh my god, that is a very fast third TC, and checking Clem's vision, he did not scout the command center. So Cure is being hyper greedy this game. Very, very greedy, rushing into the third base. This will allow for a stronger mid game if Cure gets away with it. Now the ball is in Clem's court. So Clem is going for his own 1-1-1, but I do really like this change of pace. So far in this series, it has been Cure being the aggressor, but now we see a change of pace here where Cure is being greedy, and now suddenly it's Clem who has to be more aggressive here, who has to try to punish, who has to be more active. Now typically the way to do this is once we get into the mid game, Clem can start to gain map control, can apply pressure, and ideally is looking to contain Cure while Clem expands. Yeah, well's off center, so lift and land. Thankfully, Clem is going for the early tank. So early tank, no early Cyclone, into medevac, into what should be an early tank drop. So Clem is being active. And we'll see what he can get done. Remember, right now, Cure is the player that's vulnerable. Meanwhile, before I get ahead of myself, a big shout to Ankna in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing to Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We appreciate the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content, the casting, and the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. As we are moving out. Yes, Clem is pushing forward. Cure, he's attempting to expand, but again, it's on Clem to contain, right? It's on him to contain, to make up for his later expansion. Disable isn't ready, but the tank's exposed, and we're diving on the tank. The tank is going to go down at the same time Marines do get into the main. We can go for the mineral line, and how many SCV kills? As Clem, he'll get at least 1. 1, 2, 3 SCVs going to be going down. 3 SCV kills for a tank. This, I don't think is worth it. Not ideal here. So the issue isn't just that he only killed 3 SCVs. The issue is that Clem didn't delay the third. He did not delay. The third is still freely getting up and running. That's my big concern. Because the tank was killed so quickly, ideally you have the tank in position, you have the Marines in position, and you can keep this third base from being landed for a little bit longer, but that did not happen. That did not happen. With the tank going down instantly, the third base is now on location, and Cure is now reaping the rewards from that. Now he's able to embrace that faster third. When you see Clem, he just now begins his own third TC. It's a very late in comparison. So now there's even more pressure on Clem to get more damage done. And it's hard to do so when you lose your first tank. So we'll see how Clem can piece this all together. Obviously drop play is a thing. You can now position your opponent as well. Try to find an angle, dive into the main base, or push here in between the bases. I will say the tank, even though he lost the first tank, Clem, even though he lost the first tank, he still does have a tank lead. He's got 3 tanks compared to the 0 of Cure, as Cure did make excess Hellions. But again, some of his production was delayed due to the faster third base, of course. Oh, decent catch. That's Clem, he has to back off. Ooh, bleeding out some Marines. But again, Clem still has a 3 tank lead. And this is something that Clem can still leverage, of course. Can still leverage this. Meanwhile, thank you so much. Thank you so much for an anonymous donation. The tip of the chat. God, baby God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for donating $16. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support. It all goes towards the bunnies, papi. Helps out the bunnies. Gracias, gracias. As Cure, he does move out. Has to be careful though. Again, he's up against a higher tank count. Mass Disable though. Oh my god. Yeah, Mass Disables auto target take by some time, but the tanks are going to go down. Yeah, Cure breaks through 1 tank. Just 1 though. Uh-oh. He can't break through the others. Yeah, Cure overextends. Cure here overextends. A repeat of last game actually, where we saw the Mass Disable, but Cure, he did not close that gap. He did not have enough. Oh, the Raven. Oh my god. Raven goes down. Very nice snipe. But Cure, he's triggering a counterattack. What's important after that engage is that Clem still has the higher tank count. It's 4 versus 3, so not the biggest lead, but a lead nonetheless. When it comes to Vikings, we do see a higher Viking count for Clem. Now, Clem did lose all of his Ravens. Cure, he's up 1 Raven, I believe. Yeah, he's up by 1. So still very tense. Cure the first siege. Oh! Yeah, the first siege up, and he will catch one of the tanks. Curie does commit in. Vikings break through, but there are still so many tanks for Clem. Yeah, the tanks, they do shell away. And Clem breaks through. Clem, he breaks through. The higher tank count still carrying for Clem. Still carrying. I will say that Curie did have some missed target firing. I don't know if you noticed, but I believe the first volley went on 1 Marine instead of the tanks, even though the tanks were within range. So there was a bit of a lapse there in tank control there from Cure. And from there, Clem does take the fight, getting his 4th CC on location. This I do like. I do like this. Considering the fact that Cure has a better economy. He's on 73 SCVs. Clem needs to take risks like this to try to recover. So CC on location. Cure dropping on the right-hand side. Thankfully, Clem isn't taking this space. If he was expanding here, then Cure could force a cancel. Thankfully, expanding on the other side. So very fortunate there for Clem. Cure does boost in. Cure does boost in. The turrets are still not quite done. Yeah, not quite complete. Marines, they bust into the mineral line, catching up some SCVs. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 SCVs going to be going down. This is getting out of hand. Yeah, it's getting out of hand here, and Clem has no Vikings, so we can lift. Yeah, from here we can pick up and lift. Here comes the main army as well. Cure pushing towards the 3rd. Tanks are exposed. They're on their own. Yeah, Clem's being torn apart, losing more SCVs. The first tank has got to go down. Takes down 1, and he can take down the other as well. And remember that tank lead that Clem once had? Not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. CC's 9. Can we kill? He can! No, he sims in! No repair! No repair! Massive pick up. The 3rd CC goes down again. Clem completely out of position. He does have a backup 3rd, thankfully, but again, massive loss here for Clem. He's trying to sim in. Yeah, trying to sim forward. Tanks, they do siege. Yeah, tanks, they siege up, and Clem, he once again takes a better fight with those 4 tanks. Oh my god. Yeah, Clem, he will take that better fight. You gotta respect the tanks, Bappy. Hi. As Clem, he's up to 5 tanks. And Clem, he will clean this up. He'll clean this up, takes out another tank. Moving forward. Meanwhile, 4 CC just now starting here for Cure, also on location on the top side. Now look at the armies here. We have 5 versus 1 in terms of tanks. So once again, Clem, he has the higher tank count. That is true. Meanwhile, Cure has the higher marine count. He has more medevacs. He can once again try to outposition and drop into the main. There's still 1 turret in the main base. There's a couple of marines in position. Clem, he's aware. Yeah, he's aware of the threat of a drop. So Clem is ready. Cure, he does scan. He does get eyes on the tanks. Oh. Back at him. Cure defends. He defends, he deflects the medevacs. Looking for a way in, he scans. Does see the Unsiege, but Cure cannot engage. Not like this. Oh. Cure has to get the hell out of here. Get out. Does pull away. Cure scans, gets eyes on the Northern Expansion. Double jump. Ooh, full medevac goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, messy drop here from Clem, but he does unload. Does get a couple of SCVs. The main army's coming. And we do see some tanks in position, but Curie's not sieged up. Curie's currently unsieged. Curie's not ready. Who sieges first? Cure does. Cure does siege first, but tanks are exposed. And the tanks, they will siege in time. Better fight for Cure. Ay, ay, ay. Cure breaks through the main army. Still very close, still very clutch. Nice split towards the end. But considering the tank lead that Clem had, that was a stronger fight for Cure as Cure sieged up first, punished the Marines, shut down the drop. Cure has the advantage. And Cure's counterattacking. Yeah, Cure's going for the counterattack. His first tank does set up. Stims on in. Chasing down the army. Cure has to, sorry, Clem has to get the hell out of here. He's going to take the fight. Oof. It's being forced back. Clem is in trouble. He's in trouble, Pappy. Cure rotating around again. He wants to catch those tanks. He will. Yeah, better shots going off. Massive shots going off. Tanks are going down. And with that, Cure dominates this fight. He catches 2 tanks. He catches 3. 3 tanks go down. Down to 1. Again, unfortunately for Clem, when he tried to engage here, Cure, he was already pre-sieged. He had a better position. He was already set up. And with that, Clem, he has to evacuate. This time, he shouldn't lose the CC. This time, it should be saved. So Clem, pulls away. At the same time, going for his own double drop. But, there are reinforcements back at home. Curie's ready. Yeah, Clem, he knows. He knows he cannot fight this, so tries to go across the map. We gotta make up our mind. Oh, the punish. Yeah, massive tank trolley's going off. Not quite worth it. Not quite worth it. Curie's stimming on 40. Stimming in. Liberation has arrived. He has some freedom. And he breaks through the main army. GG gets called. Cure, he will claim the series 3-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played, Cure. He will claim the series, but a shout out to Clem, because Clem, he made a series out of it. And even in this game, this most recent game here on Lockdown, was very back and forth. It was very back and forth. There were a couple of moments for Clem, a couple of moments for Cure. I will say for the most part, Cure, he had the economic lead the entire game. That is true. Remember, Cure, he had the faster third. He was able to punish the third base of his opponent. He was able to cripple the economy. Like Cure, he just had that better economy the entire time. At Clem, there were some moments where he was able to take some better fights and maintain the higher tank counts, but only for so long. Only for so long. In the end, he eventually was torn apart and eventually did lose that. We saw that Cure, again, his positional play was able to outposition Clem one too many times, but GG. GG, well played. Was still a fun series nonetheless. And with that, Cure, he'll advance on. He'll advance on to the grand finals, where he's going to be facing off against Max in a TvP. Let's go. Let us go. And again, we'll see if this is, I kind of alluded to it earlier, we'll see if Clem has actually returned to Terran. From my understanding, so far it's only 2 tournaments. Monday Night Weekly, which was, I guess, last night or 2 nights ago. Some of the Monday Night Weekly, and also PiGosaur Cup. So far 2 tournaments where Clem has been playing TvT. Whether this is a full return or not, I would say it's still too early to really say for certain, but I will say it is fun to see him play Terran again. TvTs in the current meta are very intense. They're very dynamic. I mean, they have been for a couple of years now. Like the old stereotype of like of slow siege lines and, you know, slow TvT and just camping on your side and the opposite side of the map. That was like a stereotype that was formed back in Heart of the Swarm, and yeah, mainly Heart of the Swarm. Coming into Legacy, and again, since like the COVID era of StarCraft, TvT has been very intense, very aggressive. I say COVID era, like I want to say like 2022-ish era of StarCraft, 2023, 2022. It's been very aggressive, very intense, which is one of the reasons why Clem stopped, by the way. Like the intensity and the aggression here, and the coin flippiness of TvT, and there is a coin flippy nature. I say coin flippy, like a rock paper scissors nature of TvT. It's not the most enjoyable, and it's something that Clem did struggle with in the past, referring to like being outpositioned or being able to shut down drop play, punishing drop play, or being punished by drops as well. Like it's a very intense and very unforgiving matchup, and a matchup that Clem just was frustrated with and just kind of gave up on it. He's like this is just not for me. So he eventually switched to Protoss. Again, that was the end of 2024. Where he switched to Protoss. Interesting that he's back to Terran. I will say that intensity and that aggressiveness from TvT is still there. Like, it's still there. So I don't know if Clem will want to stick with it. We'll see. I mentioned earlier that I posed the idea that the reason why he's switching to Terran might be less about TvT changing, and it might be more about PvT and about the Protoss changes and the warp gate changes. It's possible, and we'd have to just hear from Clem his rationale. Maybe he's spoken up about it, but I would say there's a higher chance that Clem just doesn't enjoy playing Protoss right now in the new patch, with some of those changes, so he'd prefer to play Terran, or he just enjoys that more. Like that enjoyment factor has changed. It's possible that's the case, but we'll see. We shall see.